Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to pixel art. Now the first thing you gotta do is have Deltarune so you can extract exact sprites, since looking up online is too difficult to try. So you open your Deltarune folder, and when you open the Deltarune folder, it should be this. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4. If you have the demo version or like the only Chapter 1 and 2, this might look different, but the main important part is the data.win file, and this one is going to be in Chapter 1, for example. But if you have the demo, I think the normal data.win file is important. Basically, let's say I want to edit Lancer. So basically what we do is, we look up Undertale mod tool. And it should be the first link you get here on GitHub. This looks confusing, I know, but you just have to click this. Just this. And then, the download button. The single file one is easier, but I recommend always installing the zip for Windows. This one, right here, not this one, this one. And when you do that, you should have some installation process, but in the end, you'll be able to open up this data.win file. So, after double clicking on it, as you can see, a window pops up. Again, this might look confusing and overwhelming. Just follow my steps. See sprites, click on arrow. And double click on some to see the sprites of it. Now, we're gonna look up Lancer in the name bar. Lancer. And here you can see all sprites that feature Lancer. And here's the important part. Let's say I want Happy Lancer from the right. Export all frames, and you're gonna see where it usually exports. Please, for organized work, because I really messed up on that, make a folder in your pictures called sprites in general. That will work amazing for you. For now, I'm going to put it in the downloads for ease of use. Include padding, always yes. I do not know why to click no, but I think it breaks very rarely. Just include the padding, never a bad thing. Oh yes, the padding makes it so the image doesn't get cropped fully. Like for example, on the base default Lancer sprite, there's like 3 pixels above it because it was coded in wrong. This will make sure that it doesn't. The padding makes sure that it doesn't do that. Now, we look up Piskel. Piskel.com. That's not right. Piskel. Here, this one. Piskelapp.com. My bad. We look up piskelapp.com. Okay, there we go. After we open up Piskel app, we go to create sprite. As you can see, create sprite. And then you'll have maybe pop up if you're using Opera GX or any non-standard browser. But in general, after clicking some stuff, it should look like this in general. Now, look at this Lancer image. If you open it up or hover over it with your mouse, you can see the dimensions. In this case, as you can see with my mouse, or you don't see my mouse, then look at the left bottom corner of the window. See this flashing? Next to it, 36x35. That is the resolution of the actual sprite. So we change, oh yeah. We go in here, resize on the right taskbar, 36, untick maintain aspect ratio, 35. It's better to put the anchor in the middle, unless you really know what you're doing. For now, boom. This looks a bit bigger. And now we just drag and drop. Good job. You can now edit the sprite and will look authentic. Do not change these because these will mess up the proportions of the pixels and it will not look good in game. Peak example of Temmie's character design is not putting shading in between multiple shades. Like for example, we have blue and white here, right? So we have this and this. So for example, a logical conclusion for shading would probably be something like this. And maybe putting like this on the outlines. Temmie does not do that. Or Toby does not do that. Either one of them do not do that in Undertale. They use simple colors and limit the amount of colors. And rough edges are never like this. This is a big mistake I see pixel artists who are just starting to make. They don't do hard, thick outlines because it does not look good. Like, look at this. As you can see, it looks bad. And now if we remove all of that, it's Lancer again. Okay, We now know how to edit the sprite. Let's say you want to recolor only his head to maybe... Let's make Lancerfan 3. I think this is about the same color. No, it's more purple. Yeah, let's do this for now. Paint bucket tool, make sure that only one area that touches every single color of the same thingy gets colored. Meanwhile, this one, very handy, does every single color that is the same. So we're going to use that for now. As well as the eraser, which, well, erases stuff, but I prefer to use my pen. Go into the second square, which is your right click. No, you left click on it, but it's your right click to paint. Like, see, left click, right click. Okay, good. And doing this, so I have a left click draw and a fast right click delete. Very handy. And basically, some good things are always stick in your color palette. Like, for example, this gray kind of clashes with the purple because it's not on the same temperature. As you can see, it's all the way over there instead of like more on this side or up here compared to purple. So if we want to edit a bit more, we have to do a little bit of a tone of purple, which would make a whole lot more sense. This sucks. I suck. Anyways, let's do animating now. To animate, the easiest thing to do, duplicate the frame. That way, you now have 2 frames, neatly identical. Very cool, right? And the thing is, in pixel animation, you usually just need 2 frames for it to already look good. A walking animation maybe uses 3. If it's a cutscene animation, from 4 to 8. Like, genuinely. Would you believe me that the Roaring Knight does not have more than 20 sprites if you do not include the battle sprites? It does not have more than 20 even. It feels like more, but it's just because it's really well made. And the ball one doesn't count. Okay. Animation. Let's say I want to make Lancer's hand go up a bit while he swings to a beat. No, let's make him bounce a bit, right? So basically, I use a select tool to select everything, and I just move it down one. Bum, 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 bum. Of course, you're gonna get some problems like this irregularity where the purple goes down, but it feels like it's not. You can basically, pixel art for me personally is just trial and error. What looks better? Adding another thing like that? I don't think so. I don't think it looks better. Like, when you design pixel art, you're gonna see your mistakes a whole lot more, but honestly, no one else will notice. And now you basically have a bounce. If this thing is going to work properly. Yeah, it is a bit too fast. As you can see, we are now a little bounce. It is not clean, let's just say that, and that's why trial and error is a thing. For example, if I remove this... Oops, I didn't mean to remove that. If I do it more like this, which would just move that, it might look a bit cleaner, it might not. You're genuinely just gonna have to see. It's a lot of trial and error. And that's basically basic sprite animations that I usually do for my videos. If you want the mouth to move, then look at an existing sprite in-game. Like, laugh sprite. See how they move and just apply it to other characters. It's that simple. And that is basically all you need to do to animation. FPS slider, this is a pen. Vertical mirror pen. If you draw something on this side, it draws on the other side. Handy if you want to make symmetrical characters like rules. Otherwise, no. I do not like using that at all. Paint bucket tool. Amazing. This is the best thing to ever graze the earth. Handy if I need to use both of my colors. Just don't suck at using your mouse, I guess. It is very handy though to make like 1 pixel or like 2 pixel edges that are even. Emphasis on even. So it would not, for example, make a good sprite here, since if I would move it up here, then it would look a bit stupid. Alright, let's continue. This is a select tool. Oh, there's not a select tool. This is just a paint tool with a rectangle. It's useless. Circle tool, same thing. But now you can make circles, which can actually be a little bit useful. It is also very handy to know like what pixels look good, because this is very handy to have. It's handy. Move tool. You can move your sprite. Warning, if you move it off screen and move it back, that happens. Control Z, by the way, is undo. I constantly do that. Magic tool is funny and also funky at the same time, because then you can do like weird stuff, like for example, copy this, paste it. You're just gonna have to play around with it, but it's handy if you want to like copy something for some reason. Rectangle selection is copy paste. Lasso selection is better than rectangle and the second best thing to graze the earth. You can, for example, I only want to select the arm, right? And we just do this. Armless. Or we move it up a bit. Boom. Now we add one more black pixel to fix the irregularity. Now we look at the preview again. And look at that. We have a nice little animation here. That was easy, right? I think it was. Dithering tool, don't bother with it. It's awful. It's genuinely awful. Color picker, very handy. Also try and limit your color palettes. Like, let's say rules, right? How many colors does rules have? You might say 3, 4 maybe? Let's say 5 even for the pirate, right? You'd be shocked to know that rules in this base sprite and not the animation sprite only uses 2 colors. Only the laugh thingy, which is I think unused or I never saw it in game, has like a little light blue. It's just 2 colors. It's hard to see, so I'm gonna extract it, I guess. But look at this! It's 2 colors! And it looks amazing! This is what being a good artist is about, using limited colors and still making something look amazing. And then we also have lighten, which is nice if you want to add like simple detail. The faster you move the button, or like the click, the easier. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like trying to build ambiance. Then I would use a bigger pixel like this and just do that. But look, we have highly detailed Lancer here. Just hold on. Hoppa. And hoppa. No, that's a bit too much. There we go. And now just a general area. Oh, hold on. And now just general. Wow, look at that. We have HD Lancer over here. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, and that's basically animation. And this is bad for the color palette. Please never do this. Okay, bye.